calling Comfort Air Services. This is Mike. Who am I speaking with?
Hey there, Mike. This is Harry. It is sweltering and our AC is completely broken. Can we get someone out to fix it, please? It's like 95 degrees in here.
Oh, wow, that sounds brutal, Harry. Really sorry you're dealing with that. We definitely want to treat this as urgent. We can absolutely get someone out to you. First question, is this for your home or business?
How's it going, HVAC business owners? My name's Harry. I run Voice Install. We're an AI implementation business for local businesses. We love to build voice agents, and that's what we're going to talk through in this video. We're going to walk through how we build voice agents for HVAC businesses, so that if you ever have calls coming in after hours or when your team's not available, you can actually pick up the phone and book those people into an appointment so you can make more money for your business. We're going to walk through the build. I'm actually going to show you the systems behind it. We're going to walk through some of the numbers, and then if you're interested, how you can get started. 40% of calls to HVAC companies come in the evenings and weekends when your team isn't there to pick up. You think about it, that's when people get back from work and when they're actually going to experience a problem with their heating. And so the only reason that you answer phone calls in the day is because you know that those phone calls equal revenue. And the only reason you don't answer phone calls is because you're usually unavailable or you don't want to be taking a call at 9 o'clock on a Sunday evening, right? But that call still has revenue associated with it. And right now when you miss it, that revenue is going to zero. In fact, it's not going to zero, it's going to one of your competitors. What we're going to build today actually converts that lead into an appointment. If you're just missing 3 calls a month at $500 average job size, that's $1,500 that's gone. More realistic, we're seeing 10 to 20 calls that are usually missed by HVAC businesses specifically. That's 5 to 10K in missed revenue every single month. And you can fix this, it doesn't matter how many missed calls you have, for $300 a month. The math here is insane. And I'm going to get to our offer later on, but our offer is if you don't make more than you spend on us, we will give you your money back. If you don't get calls, we don't want you to have to pay for it. So why I built this over the past 3 years, I've been working with local businesses in the trades, healthcare and home services space. I've seen how powerful the right tech can be, especially when it comes to reviews and conversational AI. And I've seen how overwhelming a lot of the AI buzz is. And as a business owner, you want to implement it, but it can feel complicated. But these voice agents, they're relatively basic and it is one of the highest ROI things that you can install into your business. So now we're going to walk through how we actually build these as well as how they integrate into your CRM. So AI voice agent, the goal of it really here is to answer when you can't. If you can answer it, then 100% you guys should still take the call. Some people transition over to having it fully done by AI because it means that you can just be more on the tools or your team can be on the tools. But this is set up in a way that it will answer calls that you're unable to answer. So it's going to qualify the caller, it's going to book them directly into the calendar, and then it's going to send them a confirmation as well as getting you a confirmation as well. So this is a very basic flow of what it looks like. So an inbound call is going to come through. If it's during a regular day, it's just going to go straight through to your receptionist in your front desk. But if after 3 rings, no one picks up, rather than it just going to voicemail or that person then calling one of your competitors, because ultimately they want to get their problem solved, it then hands it off to the virtual agent. And then if a call comes in after 6 o'clock or on the weekend, it goes straight through to the virtual agent if you don't have someone who's available to answer the call. When the voice agent is active, it's going to reference the FAQs that people commonly ask, and we'll work with you on your onboarding to make sure we have the right responses to those FAQs. It's going to integrate with your CRM and then also into a calendar so it can book appointments and see availability live. Once it books an appointment, it's going to send them a confirmation as well as giving you an update as the business owner. Now, when it comes to CRM integrations, at the end of the day, these things, it's just driven by some APIs. You probably, as an HVAC business owner using ServiceTitan, Housecall Pro, or Jobber, we can integrate with most of them because we do this so often. That's not a problem. And one of the most common objections that we usually get is, my business is too complicated for AI to handle. And to be honest, I totally understand it. Your business is not simple. You've got lots of different services, you've got different price points, you've got to have technical knowledge, and you didn't just build this business overnight. It's taken years to do so. But here's the thing, the AI isn't trying to run your business. It's just going to do one job. It's going to answer the phone when you can't. It's going to ask a few questions, and then it's going to book someone into an appointment. That's it. The complicated stuff, that's still you and the team. We just make sure that the call doesn't go to voicemail and then to a competitor, and you can capture that business. And worst case scenario, if it books into someone that you don't want to service, you can just call them and say, hey, look, we saw that we booked you in for tomorrow. It looks like we're actually not able to service you. Here is an alternative person that you can work with. We want to make sure that you get a great service and not turn up and charge you a call out fee. 100% triage, but you're able to book more people into appointments. Okay, now let's actually build the agent. So here's how we build them out. First thing we got to do is walk through the agent personality and how it opens up. A couple qualifying questions. So is this for a repair or a routine maintenance? what type of systems do you have, AC, heating, or both? How urgent is this? And then of course, capturing the address. If you want different qualifying questions, again, during our onboarding, we can actually set that up for you. Then it's going to handle any curveballs, and then we'll also choose the voice. We have a ton of voices that you can pick from. If you want to clone your own voice and you be the voice agent, we can also set that up too. If you want a young woman, young man, old man, whatever it is, we've got so much variety that you can pick from. And then the best thing too is actually these voice agents, they can handle any language too. So if someone calls in with, they're speaking Spanish, or they're speaking Mandarin, or they're speaking French, the voice agent can actually answer the call and quickly adapt and start speaking in their language, which is great. Now, if you're watching this and you want to book a call with myself and the team, there's a link in the description down below that you can go to actually book an appointment. But let's go through to actually build one of these agents out. So we're in the agent builder here. I'm going to walk through kind of the different sections that go into building an agent, as well as some of the integrations that we've got to make sure it can execute booking appointments, checking availability. Firstly, we start with the system information, then we shift through to the agent identity. So this is what we'll set up for you. You are Mike, a friendly team member of Comfort Air Services. Your job is to have a warm, helpful conversation with people who call in, answer their questions, and help them book into an appointment when it makes sense. Your tone is conversational, not salesy. You ask questions, listen carefully, and guide the conversation naturally. You never sound scripted or robotic. You ask one question at a time and let them fully respond before moving on. So that's kind of the agent identity and how the agent will act throughout the call. And so they're always friendly, always alive. They never have a bad day. They're always able to support customers. Then we've got the dynamic field. So this is kind of the information that we're capturing. Conversation flow is going to open, say, hey, thanks for calling Comfort Air Services. This is Mike. Who am I speaking with? We're also going to run through a demo of this in a second. Then we're going to go through discovery. So ask a couple questions, get their address, a couple common questions, and then we'll work with you on the answers to these and build this out over time. So, how much does a service call cost? And we can do a demo of this when we call. So our diagnostic fee is typically between $89 and $129 depending on your location, and that gets applied to the repair if you go ahead with the work. We can give you an exact quote once your tech sees what's going on. So it's going to answer any questions that people got if they crop up. But to be honest, we really build these agents with an objective that is focused, so helping people solve their problem. It's going to transition to book. It's going to collect their details, pretty standard stuff. It's going to create the contact. It's going to book in the appointment. It's going to confirm everything's locked in. And then it's going to close out. And if there's any objections, it can kind of handle them. And then there's some function use cases. So if I have to create a contact, check availability, book an appointment, and I'll show you that in a second. And then important guidelines that we also like to set up. Never be pushy. Your job is to be helpful, not to pressure anyone. Listen for what they actually care about before suggesting solutions, etc. This is kind of boilerplate stuff that we make sure after all the agents that we've built, this is important that gets connected. Use their first name when addressing them personally throughout the conversation, stuff like that. So this is the agent. You can think about Retell as kind of like the brain. It's the critical thinking that goes into how an agent acts when it's on the phone. And then importantly is the actual tool. So how does it execute different actions throughout the call? So the three main ones that it does is going to be able to create a contact. It's going to be able to book an appointment. So this is where it will go through and book an appointment. And this is where it will check availability in the calendar. And it does this live. We typically use Google Calendar. Another approach that works really well actually is on the call, we can just send them a scheduling link directly so they can book a time that works best for them. And again, we're just trying to give customers a great experience and being able to help them solve their problem when they are in need. And lastly, this is a beautiful piece of tech that we had as well. I personally love it. I think it's super helpful, especially when it comes to speed to lead. This is an outbound caller. So you might be generating leads from Facebook, from Google, from your website, or buying them from Angie's List or Home Advisor. You know more than anything, speed to lead is critical. And what this does is as soon as the lead comes through, within 15 seconds, it outbound calls that lead, goes through those qualifying questions and books them into an appointment. It's an incredible piece of technology, and it will mean you'll actually book way more appointments because you're going to get to every customer before your competitors do. So Retell is kind of the critical thinking brain, and then NAN, which is where we build out some of that functionality, is where it executes on the different things that the agent does. Now, another common objection that we get is that customers want to talk to a real person, and this is a big one, and I totally get it. I'd want to talk to a real person too. But I know it's unlikely I'm going to talk to a real person at 11 o'clock on a Sunday night. And if I do, it's usually going to be someone who's in a call center overseas. They usually, sadly, aren't the most chirpy and enjoy their job. And then there's sometimes a thick accent, which can be difficult to fully go through. And you might not even be having anyone. So the alternative is just a voicemail. Nevertheless, here's what I found across hundreds of builds. Customers don't actually care who they talk to. They care about getting their problem solved fast. When someone calls at 8 p.m. because their AC is broken in the middle of summer, they're not thinking, I hope I get a human. They're thinking, I hope someone picks up, and if the AI answers, qualifies them, and books them in for an appointment in the morning, that is a win. They got what they needed, and honestly, most people can't even tell that it's AI. They just know that they got helped. Now, honestly, we love to go above and beyond when we're installing systems into local businesses, and so we don't just set up the agent, we also set up the appointment confirmation flow. So it does real-time availability checking. This is in a tool called Go High Level. You can see once the appointment is triggered, the appointment is going to get shifted into appointment scheduled. They're going to get confirmation text, and then 2 hours beforehand, they're going to get a 2-hour reminder. We can adjust this to whatever you want to be. And then in addition, you're also going to get a notification as the business owner. And they'll get confirmation text that looks like, hi Harry, we're all set for the appointment. We look forward to meeting you soon, and confirmation of the date that it's scheduled in. So just to let you know, if you're watching this and you're thinking, you know what, Harry, I'd really love to have this implemented into my business, you can go ahead and again, schedule a link in the link down below in the description. You can find a time that works best for you, and we can walk through how we can get this set up for you. Usually it takes us a week or two, and then everything is set up. And again, our offer is if you don't get paid back more than what you're paying with us, we will refund your bill. This is truly the lowest risk installation, and it's how we're able to build a great portfolio of customers that we enjoy working with, because we're able to deliver value to you. Now, with that said, there are obviously some edge cases. If it's urgent, it will just pass the call directly through you. And if you have zero availability, it'll take a message and then you and the team can follow up. A common objection I get is, this sounds expensive. Harry, I'm not paying $300 a month now. Why should I start paying $300 a month now? Again, let's talk through the numbers. This cost is around $300 a month. If you book one extra job from a call you would have missed, you've already made your money back. One job. And if you think about it, you're already paying for the truck, the tools, the team. This is the cheapest part of the whole operation, and it's the part that makes sure all of the other investments don't go to waste when the phone rings and no one picks up. And again, if you don't get any calls or you don't get any appointments from those calls, we're not going to charge you for it. We will refund your payment. That is how confident we are in this system, and we're just trying to get it installed in more businesses. So let's go through a live demo now. We're going to call as if our AC is broken in the middle of summer. We're calling after hours. Let's say it's 9 p.m. on a Tuesday evening. All right, let's give this a ring.
Hey, thanks for calling Comfort Air Services. This is Mike. Who am I speaking with?
Hey there, Mike. This is Harry. It is sweltering and our AC is completely broken. Can we get someone out to fix it, please? It's like 95 degrees in here.
Oh, wow, that sounds brutal, Harry. Really sorry you're dealing with that. We definitely want to treat this as urgent. We can absolutely get someone out to you. First question, is this for your home or business?
It's for our house. And it's just the AC. Like the AC, it's blowing air, but it works for like 5 minutes and then it's just blowing air. So it's cool for 5 minutes and then it's just blowing air.
Got it. So it starts cooling and then just turns into warm air after a few minutes. That's really helpful to know. Thanks. We'll treat this as an emergency. What's the address where we be coming out?
123 Pacific Avenue.
Thanks, Harry. And what city and zip code is that in?
Los Angeles, and that's 90291. Do you service that area?
Yes, we do service that area, so you're good there. Since the AC is basically failing after a few minutes and it's that hot inside, we'll aim for same day or first thing tomorrow for you. Before we look at times, can you tell me, are you home all day today, or are there certain windows that work best for you?
No, can we do tomorrow afternoon, please?
Yeah, tomorrow afternoon should work. Before I check exact times, what's your last name, Harry, so I can start a note for you?
Garska, Garstka.
All right, Harry, I'm just getting your details in here. While I do that, you mentioned tomorrow afternoon. Is there any time after lunch that works better for you, or are you pretty flexible? Perfect. Let me see what we've got open for tomorrow afternoon for you. For tomorrow in the afternoon, I could do 12 p.m., 12:30 p.m., 1 p.m., 1:30 p.m., or 2 p.m. Which of those works best for you?
Let's do 2 p.m., please.
Booking that in for you now. Give me one quick second here. You're all set, Harry. We've got you booked for tomorrow, January 16th, 2026 at 2 p.m. Pacific. Our tech will give you a call about 30 minutes before they arrive, so you know exactly when to expect them, and they'll take a look at why the AC is cutting out after a few minutes and give you a quote before doing any work. You should get a confirmation text at your number ending in 1663. When you get a moment, can you check that text and just make sure everything looks right?
Yeah, I got that text, thanks. Also, quick question. Do you have a call out fee, or is it free and then you charge if you do the work?
Good question. We do have a diagnostic call-out fee. It's typically between $89 and $129, depending on location. And that gets applied to the repair if you go ahead with the work. So if the tech finds the issue and you decide to have it fixed, that fee goes toward the repair cost.
Okay, great, thanks.
Perfect, Harry. We'll see you tomorrow at 2 p.m. and the tech will call you about half an hour before before they get there. Thanks for calling Comfort Air Services. Stay as cool as you can stay, and we'll get you fixed up soon.
Thank you very much. Great, so what that means is, as a homeowner who calls at 9 o'clock on a Tuesday night, for you, there was no human involved, there was no voicemail, there's no we'll call you back tomorrow. They called, they got an answer, and they're on the calendar, and your team didn't have to do anything. And that's now revenue that you're gonna capture, provided you're able to diagnose the issue and get it fixed, which of course you will be able to do. So here's our offer for you, and I think it's the most competitive that I've seen across the industry. If your AI agent doesn't pay for itself with the calls that it answers and books into appointments for you, we will refund you the complete cost. That's it. We are so confident that this is going to generate an ROI for you and your business that we're willing to put our money where our mouth is here. And honestly, it's just good business. I don't want to be selling something that doesn't deliver a result for you. That's just not how I want to operate. But if and when it does work for you, you keep it and it keeps making you money. If it doesn't, you're going to get your money back. We're trying to reduce the risk as low as possible so that you're able to get benefit from it and we can install it in more businesses. Now, before you go, we've got 2 other videos that you might be interested in. I'm going to have them linked around this video here. The first one is one called Reviews AI. If you want to get hundreds of reviews on autopilot, so whenever a job is completed in your CRM and you mark it as complete, your customers get an immediate text message to leave a review, and then it follows up if they don't leave a review, then that is a tool that we can actually install too. And not only that, we've got something quite clever in there as well that allows whenever those reviews come in, we're able to only make sure the 4 and 5 star reviews go onto your Google page, and the 1, 2, and 3 star reviews just go to feedback to your internal team. That means you get more reviews on your Google business profile and you get more better reviews. More reviews, more customers. Reviews are the #1 thing that drives up your ranking in the local maps pack. So that's the first thing. And then the second thing is an AI outbound caller. So if you generate leads from ads, but you hate calling them, you don't call them fast enough, or you find that someone else has already called them before you get to it, we can also build out an outbound AI caller that contacts your leads within 30 seconds of them filling out a form. It will then go through exactly that flow that we went through there of the agent booking the person into an appointment, but it's going to do the outbound call to call the person first. You can watch both of those videos up above, but if you run an HVAC company and you're missing calls, whether that's after hours or on weekends or just when your dispatch is busy, this is how you fix it. And you've already done the hard work of building the business. This just makes sure that when the phone rings, someone answers. The link's in the description down below to book a call. Go ahead and do that. I would love to meet you in person too. And I look forward to catching you in the next video.